Hello children, how are you all? So I hope you have learned the first part properly. I hope you have done it. Okay, good children, you have done it. So let's recollect what happened on first part. Okay, so what happened? There was a certain king, once there lived a certain king, we don't know the names and all. He was asking some questions. Isn't it? Do you remember those questions? Do you? Okay, which were the three questions? Yes, what is the right time to begin something? Which people he should listen to? What is the important thing he should do first? You can see on the board. Okay, what is the right time to begin something? Which person he should listen to? And what is the important thing he should do first? And he got many answers, isn't it? From many wise people, he got many answers and the king was not satisfied, isn't it? I am not going to the answers and all now. So we know which all answers he got. He was not at all satisfied by those answers. So what he do? He decided to go and meet whom? Hermit. What do you mean by hermit? A person who is living in solitude, isn't it? A sage. So he decided to go and meet that hermit. What was he doing there? And how did he go there? Did he went by kingly dress and all? No. He changed his wardrobe. He was like an ordinary person. He went there and he met hermit there. Did he get the answer from there? No. The hermit was busy in doing something in his house. What he was doing? He was digging the ground. He was digging the ground for sowing the seeds. He asked the hermit 2-3 times, but he didn't get the answer. But then what he decided to do? He decided to continue hermit's work, that he decided to help hermit, and king himself was digging the ground, isn't it? So towards evening when he reached, the king was so annoyed and he asked hermit, he didn't show his that face and all towards hermit, but he asked hermit that if you don't know the answer, please let me know that, then I can move, okay, I can go to my house. So if you don't know the answer, just tell me. If you don't make me stand here, like that he told. By that time somebody was running towards them. So we stopped there, isn't it? That was a suspense there. Somebody was running towards them. Today we are going to see who is that person, why he came there, like that we are going to see today. Are you ready now? Okay. Take your page number 10. Page number 10. Okay. So somebody was running towards him. Let's see what it is. Okay. So keep your finger on your book on the line which I am reading. Okay. The king turned round and saw a bearded man running towards them. His hands were pressed against his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. Did you understand anything? Okay, I will tell you. In this paragraph, what it is telling is that king and the hermit, when they were standing, one man came running towards them. He was wounded. What do you mean by wounded? Wound meaning injury. Okay, so first word, vocabulary word is wound. Wound meaning injury. Wound meaning injury. So somebody had stabbed him in his stomach and the blood was flowing out. Okay, blood was continuously flowing out. Blood was not stopping there. So what the king and the hermit do? They took him to the hut and they dressed the wound. There it is telling. So they changed the man's clothing and they found that a big wound was there in the stomach. Somebody stabbed him. Stabbing means, hit him with a sharp object. The king washed it and redressed it and he given the first aid and all, but the blood would not stop flowing. Then again he redressed it and made it okay. Okay, so the man was coming with a wound in his stomach and he was not able to walk properly. He fainted there. Okay, fainted meaning he fell down. Okay, fainted meaning feeling unconscious. Fainted. Okay, fainted means he lost consciousness. Lost consciousness. He fainted. Okay. So But we will see what happened next. Next paragraph. The man felt better and asked for something to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him. By this time, the sun had set and the air was cool. The king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. The king, tired by his walk and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. So within few minutes, that man was okay, he was okay, and he was feeling so drowsy, and he was running all through the day and all. So he was feeling some drowsiness, and this hermit and the king gave him food, water, what all things he needed, he gave them, and he was fall asleep. Okay, that man was fall asleep in the hut, in that bed where king was supposed to sleep. There the man slept. King also was so tired because all through the day he was working for hermit, he was digging the ground. That is not a usual work for the king. So he was doing that much hectic work. He was also feeling asleep and he lay on the ground. Okay, just see, king lay on the ground and the wounded man was laying on the bed. Okay, so now morning occurs. When he awoke, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the strange bearded man lying on the bed. So suddenly when we awake from our bed ourselves, suddenly in the morning we will be feeling some confusions, isn't it? Where we are, what is it, like that we will be showing. So that type of thing was happening in king's mind also. So at first he was not able to recollect what all things was happening. Then after that, when he saw bearded man on the bed, he was recollecting all things what happened on the previous day. Okay. Suddenly the bearded man is telling something. Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that king was awake. So suddenly when the king saw him, that bearded man was telling, forgive me, sir, forgive me. So suddenly a person is coming and telling us, forgive me, we will be shocked. Like that, king was also shocked. I do not know you and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. So the king was telling, I don't know you. You are a stranger to me. Why are you asking me forgiveness? What is the relation between both of us? You do not know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours, who swore revenge on you, because you put on my brother to death and seized my property. So the bearded man was telling the story that you don't know me, that is correct, but I know you, because you were the person who killed my brother and seized my property. Okay, so this bearded man's brother was being killed by whom? King. Okay, so during any war or something happened. Seizing means take. Seized meaning took by force. Okay, without the permission. Without the permission of anybody is taking, that is seizing. Okay, so king seized his brother's property and killed him. So as a part of that, this bearded man was having revenge over whom? This king. Okay, so we will see what it is. I knew you had gone alone to see that hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you on your way home. But the day passed and you did not return. So this bearded man was following continuously this king. What this king is doing and all. So suddenly he noticed that king is coming out of the palace. He is riding on a horse in an ordinary clothes. So he thought that this is the best time to kill him. So he followed the king and he found that king was getting off from the horse and making somebody stand there, and he was going alone. So he thought this is the right opportunity to kill the king, and he was waiting. Okay. But the day passed and you did not return. So I left my hiding place. So he thought that king will be returning by after some time. After going to some place, he will be returning, like that bearded man thought, and he waited. But after a long time, till evening, he hid in some one place, but king didn't return. We know that where was the king, isn't it? Where was the king? King was along with hermit. He was seeking the answer and he was working under hermit, isn't it? But that bearded man don't know about all these things, isn't it? So he was waiting, and after some time, he came out of his hiding place. Okay. So I left my hiding place and came upon your bodyguard, who recognized me and wounded me. So suddenly when he came out of his hiding place, who was standing there along with the horse? King's bodyguard was standing there, isn't it? So he noticed and he suddenly stabbed him. So how this bearded man got the wound, you understood? Who stabbed him? King's bodyguard stabbed him with his knife. Thus this wound came to bearded man. Now we understood the story. Okay. I escaped from him, but I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. So from there that man was running. Okay, from that bodyguard he was running towards king's and hermit's place. Okay, so he was telling, if I haven't reached here, I would have died. So you had saved my life. So I have to show my gratitude towards you. So that enemy, once you were my enemy, now that eneminess, that thing is sold. Okay, I wish to kill you and you have saved my life. Now if I leave, I will serve you as your most faithful servant and will order my son to do the same. Forgive me. So here afterwards, I am ready to serve for you, serve for the country. So please consider me as your friend, not as an enemy. Now I am clear. I know whom you are and also I want to be your servant. So not only me, my generation will also be under your control. King was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily and to have won him over as a friend. So king was so happy because suddenly he got a new friend and he was so pleased to hear the story also. He not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own doctor to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. So the king was so pleased that he ordered his servants to come to the hermits or to look after this man. Okay, king will have that court, doctor and all. So he asked the messengers to bring the doctor to the hut and look after this man. Not only that, his servants and his own doctor and to look after him, he promised that he will give the brother's property. What property he had seized from his brother, no, that he will give back to this bearded man. So king was so happy now. Okay, so telling all these things, he was coming out of the hermit's hut. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked around for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to get answers to his questions. The hermit was on his knees sowing seeds in the beds, and that had been dug the day before. The king went up to the hermit and said, "For the last time, I beg you to answer my questions, wise man." So in this paragraph, it is telling the king was very pleased, very happy. He was coming out of the hut. There he could see that hermit was digging the ground. Previous day he was digging the ground. So in that he was sowing the seeds. Okay, so he could see that hermit was bending down and sowing the seeds. So he thought of asking the questions again. Those three questions that is making him confused. No, that three questions he decided to ask him once more to the hermit for the last time to see that whether he get answer or not. Okay, so he went near hermit to ask the question. Okay. "You have already been answered," said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking up king as he stood before. So the hermit told that, "You already got the answer, no, then why are you again asking me?" So the king was confused. "I got the answer, I didn't." "How have I been answered? What do you mean?" So king was telling, "I didn't get the answer, what are you telling? I didn't get it." "Do you not see?" So the hermit was telling, "Do you not see?" Replied the hermit, "If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away." So the hermit was telling, "Do you see, if you haven't feel pity means sympathy, if you didn't feel sympathy on me yesterday and if you didn't take my job, that is digging the ground, what will happen? You will be returning at the same time itself, and what will happen? That bearded man will be hiding over the bushes and he will be catching you and he will be killing you, isn't it? So then that man would have attacked you and you would have wished you had stayed with me. So the most important time when you were digging the beds were you were helping me, and I was the most important man. To do me good was your most important business. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you were caring for him, because if you had not dressed his wound, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was your most important business. So children, have you understood? So the hermit was trying to saying that if the king having stayed there to help hermit, what will happen? King would have lost his life, isn't it? So, what was the important time? What is the right time to begin something? That was the first question, isn't it? So, what is the right time to begin something? So, the hermit answer was when he was helping the hermit, that was the right time. That for that situation, that was the right time. And who was the important person for him that time? Hermit was the important person. Okay. And what was the important thing he wanted to do? Digging what job he was doing, that was the important part. So, he got the answers, isn't it? So, hermit was telling that after some time what happened? Bearded man came. At that time, the right time was dressing the wound for bearded man was the right time. And for that time, who was the important person? Bearded man was the important person. What was the important thing? Important thing was dressing the wound. Understood? So, the hermit was telling that you already been answered. You got the answers. Remember then he also said that remember then there is only one time that is important. That time is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time you have any power to act. So, hermit told that what is the right time to begin something? It is now. Okay. So, you got the answer for the first question. What is the right time to begin something? What is the right time to begin something? It is now. Now meaning present time, now. Okay. So, what is the right time to begin something is now, present time. At that present time, which people you are mingling with? Okay, to whom you are talking with that person will be the important person that time. Okay. And what is the important thing? What job you are doing, that will be the important job for you. Okay, important thing for. So, the most important right time is present time. Okay. If the time flies, we cannot catch it. The most necessary person is the person you are with at particular moment, for no one knows what will happen in the future and whether we will meet anyone else. The most important business is to do that person good, because we were sent into this world for that purpose alone. So, here the hermit is proving that what you are doing right now. For example, in your case, now you are learning, isn't it? For you, the present time is the right time. Who is the important person for you? Me, teacher, isn't it? Okay, me is the important person for you. What is the right thing? What is the important thing you want to do? You want to learn the thing. Okay, so hope you have understood the lesson. So, this lesson is being written by Leo Tolstoy. I haven't mentioned in the previous class. It is being written by Leo Tolstoy. Have you heard about Leo Tolstoy? You would be, isn't it? His major work is War and Peace, Anna Karenina, so many works he has written. He is a famous writer. Okay, so this story is being depicted from one of his work. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed the story. You got the answers of these three questions along with the king. So, what is the right time to begin something? It is now, present time. Who is the important person? Which person you are mingling with that time? Okay, that is the important person. And what is the important thing? What you are doing at that time, and try to do good only. Okay, always do the good things, then it will be favorable for you, not only for you, for others also. Okay, so hope you have understood the lesson. So, read the lesson from the beginning onwards once again and underline the difficult words for you. Okay, and write as if you had done for the first part. Find out the meanings from the dictionary and write it on the textbook. Okay, notes I will give you in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.